You are listening to the Million Dollar Coach Business Podcast with Amanda Karlstad, episode number 250. Welcome to the Million Dollar Coach Business Podcast, a show for coaches who are ready to uplevel their business and take their impact, leadership, and results to $1 million level and beyond. If you're ready to break through your limitations and start taking powerful action and become the seven-figure version of you that your business needs in order to grow, scale, and thrive, this show is for you. I'm your host, Amanda Karlstad, master coach, high-level business mentor and advisor, master intuitive, and business growth and scaling expert. Let's get down to business. Hello and welcome, everyone. So glad to have you with me today. I trust that wherever you are tuning in from, you are doing well. I am doing great. I'm really excited to bring you today's episode as I really think it's going to serve you. Today, I want to talk to you all about endurance. And specifically, I want to talk to you about having endurance as an entrepreneur, entrepreneurial endurance. And the reason that I decided to bring this to you today is that for all of you who are familiar with my work, you know that I work with coaches who are in the process of growing and scaling their businesses. So the work that I do, my programs are designed to help coaches go from wherever they're at to ultimately that multiple six, and eventually seven-figure mark in revenue. And what is really important to me and has been built into both of my programs from the beginning, so it's something that I've been very intentional about personally, is teaching and supporting my clients in creating businesses that they not only love, and that supports the type of lifestyle that they most want, but that also allows them to leverage and have the ability to create a high level of revenue in that multiple six, in that seven-figure range, while leveraging their time and while leveraging their ability to maintain and enjoy their life and really allow them to make a huge impact as well with their clients. And so because it's always been very important to me, part of my mission, that I not only help my clients build the foundation that is going to help them reach success in the short term, it's really important that I help them build a solid foundation that helps them truly scale, that helps them reach those 10K, 20K, 50K, even 100K months and beyond. And so it's just as important to me that we build the business in a way that allows them to not only create success now, but also over the long term, to really help them create sustainable success. And so to me, true success is success that is repeatable, success that is predictable in the business. And because of that, the work that we do in my containers, in my programs, there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot that goes into building these businesses. There are a lot of decisions that need to be made, and decisions that need to be made in a way that not only supports the short term, but also the long-term growth as well. So because of this, the work that I do with my clients tends to be extremely personalized. It's extremely in-depth. It's a very high level of not only coaching, but also mentorship and advising. And all of this happens both from an external perspective. So yes, what is the actual strategy? What is the external strategy that is going to build the business, but also the very important inner work, the identity work, the psychology of you, the business owner. And when it comes to building a business, it is so critical to have both, to have that external strategy, to be implementing strategies in the business, to actually get your work out into the world. And it's also critical to do the inner work. the very important work of who you are being, of how you are showing up in your business, how you are making decisions, and how you're choosing to operate on a daily basis inside of your business. And so because of this, because the work that I do is on such an intimate level, because clients that I work with are amazing and wonderful and such great coaches, because of this, I have a very close front row seat into what makes them so successful, into who they are being, into what truly builds the business to that level. And so as I've been observing certain things in my containers, and because of the fact that I do have this perspective, I have the knowledge, the expertise, and also this front row seat of watching this and observing this on a daily basis, I'm very clear on what it takes to, quite frankly, grow a business to a high level. And getting to witness this and really walk with my clients and guide them in this journey is such a beautiful thing. And recently, as I was observing some of my clients and looking at certain things that they were dealing with in their businesses. So in particular, I was observing a couple of clients who were experiencing some challenges in their business. And I started to think about how important being able to develop and cultivate a level of endurance is as a coach, as an entrepreneur. And as I was thinking more about this, I looked up the definition of endurance in the dictionary, and there were actually a few definitions that I thought really fit what I wanted to bring to you today. But I think the ones that really speak to the type of endurance that I'm talking about here is, number one, the ability to withstand hardship or adversity, especially the ability to sustain a prolonged, stressful effort or activity. And so in a lot of these examples, a lot of these definitions, they gave the examples of running a marathon. Another definition that I thought was amazing was the ability to keep doing something difficult or unpleasant or painful for a long time. Having the ability or strength to continue or last, especially despite fatigue, stress, or other adverse conditions, stamina. So as I was thinking about this, I think at the end of the day, your ability, your strength, your stamina to endure hardship or adversity or the inevitable challenges that you all will face as you're growing your business will be one, if not the differentiator between those that succeed and those that do not. So I want to bring this to you today because it's so important for you to be aware of and to be developing your endurance as an entrepreneur. In fact, I think it's one of the most important aspects to your success. And as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about a recent example of one of my clients who, just to give you some context, had just recently wrapped up a launch. And based on the planning that went into the launch, based on the math that we did, based on all the things that I teach my clients to launch successfully, from a front-end lead generation, from a front-end perspective, all of the goals for bringing people in were met. So if you think about bringing people into, let's say, a funnel, for example, and having an understanding of what is needed in order to hit the end goals of the launch, which this client knew based on the process that I teach, based on the launch strategies and the resources and the tools that I teach in my programs. So the truth is that she hit all of those goals. And in fact, in some cases, even exceeded what we had thought. So that was amazing. However, the conversion of those people into her program, so the people that then decided to enroll in her program, which this was a new offer, the conversion of those people was much less than we expected. In fact, it was significantly less. But because of the process that I have all of my clients go through, and because of the resources and the tools that my clients have access to, through that process, she was also able to pinpoint exactly the areas where things fell short. And she could see very clearly why the conversion had been what it had been. And what that did for her was a couple of things. Number one, it allowed her to minimize the drama. It allowed her to minimize the story that she had surrounding that conversion percentage concerning her results. And because she could clearly see where those gaps were, the second thing this helped her with was it gave her a very clear roadmap as far as what needed to be changed, the tweaks that she needed to make, and also what her next steps were. And of course, this is something that I always coach my clients in depth through when they're in situations like this. But from my perspective, I will tell you as her coach, what was so impressive to me and what I could see so clearly was that even though those final results were less than expected, she chose to respond intentionally to those results and decided that while they weren't the results that she had wanted, and because she knew exactly where she had gone wrong on a few key things, despite all of that, she decided to show up and to commit even harder to her goals and to the next wave of clients that right now she's in the process of enrolling into her program after making the tweaks she needed to make. So I share this with you because this example in so many ways will actually be even more valuable to her business, even more so than had she knocked her goals out of the park. And the reason for that is because in the long term, because she now understands from what she uncovered through this launch, what didn't work, she now has the ability to fix it. She now has the ability to respond to it and fill the gap. So in so many ways, this has set her up for so much more success going forward. And I will tell you on an inner level, her ability to now withstand adversity, her ability to withstand challenge, to withstand hardship, to me is a true indicator of her ability to create endurance, to fortify her endurance so that as she moves forward and as she faces those inevitable next challenges, because they are inevitable, she also knows what it takes to show up and actually demonstrate endurance and to develop endurance through the struggle, through the challenge. So I want to offer to all of you to not resist the challenges that you're facing. Don't resist what's not working in your business. Instead, use it as an opportunity to rise up and to take more responsibility and to use this adversity as a way to build more endurance, to fortify your own endurance as an entrepreneur. Because in this game of business, and it is a game, my friends, in this game of entrepreneurship, the ones that win are the ones that demonstrate endurance, that develop endurance intentionally in their business, that don't stop because they face challenges, that don't stop because they don't meet their goals, but rather they use it as a lesson to build the skill that's needed to take things to the next level. They choose to use it as a lesson and choose to glean the lessons that The challenge is meant to teach them in order to help them become a better and a more effective business owner. So leaning into the challenge, leaning into the adversity, getting into and staying in the ring, my friends, is building the muscle that's needed to win long-term in this game. That is demonstrating true entrepreneurial endurance. And I will tell you, it's also what your dreams will demand of you. So don't choose to let challenges knock you down. Don't choose to let challenges take you out of the ring. Instead, choose to use them as opportunities to build your endurance, your entrepreneurial endurance, to build your entrepreneurial muscles. I promise you that by choosing to develop this type of endurance, you'll actually grow so much faster, and you'll build the muscles for what it takes to be able to succeed in the long term and to ultimately be able to bring your dream business and your dream life into reality. So I challenge you to go out and to build endurance today. See the gift that you're being given as you're being called to build your endurance as an entrepreneur. And know that as you make a practice of this, when you choose to show up and demonstrate endurance, that is when everything has the potential to open up for you. All right, my friends, have an amazing week. I will talk to you all next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Million Dollar Coach Business Podcast. If you're ready to step into the $1 million version of yourself and scale your business to 6, multi-6, or 7 figures and beyond, go to amandakarlstadcoaching.com.